Hi St. Pius, happy Monday in the middle of May here. We are going to do some introductions to art movements, art periods for my little kids. So this is for first through fourth grade. All right. We're going to start today with an introduction to this art period. It's a big word called surrealism. We're going to keep it simple though. Simple surrealism. So surrealism were images where artists took real world objects and views and then put them together in ways that could not be possible. All right, so real objects, real landscapes, but they put them together into an image that does not make sense in reality. Okay, so we're gonna make one simple for my little people, first through fourth grade. All right, so first I want you to take one piece of paper and I want you to fold it into four. Put the corner to corner, put a seam down the middle one way, and then turn it corner to corner, put a seam down the middle the other way, like a big cross on all your paper. So you have four sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we're going to start by drawing 4 real objects. Okay. And I've picked out some objects for us to draw, just so you can get an idea of how this surrealism works. All right. So one object I want you to draw, and I'm going to turn my paper landscape-wise or horizontally. First object I want us to draw is a fish, a simple fish. Okay. I'm going to make it pretty big so it fills up that square. This is a very simple fish shape, like a goldfish cracker. All right. In the other next square, I want to make clouds. So I want like 2 sections of clouds. So you can imagine big puffy clouds, just big circles of white, right? And I'm going to make 2 of them in the one block. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Clouds are all sorts of different shapes. So I have 2 cloud shapes here in this block, right? In this section, the next section, I want us to draw a very simple boat, like a sailboat, which basically, if you were to keep it very simple, looks like a half circle. We have a mast up here, and then a sail is a triangular shape. All right, it's a very simple boat. All right, and the last thing I want to do is make something that looks like a cup that you're looking into a little bit. So if you can picture your cup, like this is kind of like a cup, and at this angle, you can kind of see into the cup, right? Can you see into the cup, right? So I want us to draw a cup that you can kind of see into so you can see the liquid in there. So to do that, I want you to draw a big, wide opening that almost stretches from edge to edge of this last square. This is like the top of your cup. It's a big, wide, like a soup bowl kind of cup, all right? It's a big oval. And then we'll put the bottom of the cup around the bottom of this square. You can even add a little handle if you want. You don't have to, okay? And what I want to put in the cup, I want to see the liquid. So I'm going to put something almost looks like waves in there so you can kind of see the liquid in the cup, all right? So now we're going to color it. And for surrealism, they also colored or applied designs to objects in real life that don't really exist. So this is what I want to do for the fish and the clouds. You know, clouds are usually white puffs against a blue sky. But for this, I want us to actually draw inside the clouds blue sky with some white puffs inside the cloud. So if you draw a little white puff inside the one cloud, maybe 2 white puffs, and color inside the cloud. We're not going outside the cloud. We're actually making the inside of the cloud look like the sky, okay? Using my handy and trusty crayons today. And I'm using a bit of a bright blue for my sky, okay? So I have the cloud itself looks like the sky. I'm going to do that with both clouds. I'm going to put a little bit of cloud shape inside the cloud itself and then color around that cloud shape. To make it look like the sky. Broken crayon. They break all the time. That is okay. Okay. So I have my 2 clouds done. I want to do the same thing with the fish. I want to make some cloud puffs inside the shape of the fish. And then I'm going to color in the inside the fish to make the fish look like the sky. It'll all come together. You'll see. All right. So now we have a fish that you find in real life, and you have clouds that you find in real life, but they're colored in ways that you don't find in real life. Okay. The boat, we can color any color that you would like. You can color it in, put shapes, designs on it. I'm just going to make a simple pink sail here and a pink stripe on my boat. And then leave it that way. It doesn't have to. I'm just going to go quick for you for the video. And now the mug. The most important thing about the mug is I want you to take a dark blue and color in the liquid in the mug blue. A dark blue. Okay. Blue. I said blue. Not red like fruit punch. Don't leave it white like milk. I want you to color it in a dark blue. All right. And then you can color your cup, whatever color you want. I'm going to pick green for my cup. Stop it. All right. So we have our 4 objects colored in, or 5 if you include 2 clouds. We're going to cut them out, okay? This is where your scissor skills come in. Take your time. Cut out around the object. If you get to a difficult spot, like the end of my fish here, and you're having a hard time getting around the back of it, take your paper, cut out behind the fish, and then keep cutting. It makes it much easier to have a smaller outline, a smaller piece of paper in your hand, in other words, to deal with. All right, cutting out my fish. Cut out my clouds. Here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut right between my clouds. I'm going to cut one out. And then the other. And notice I'm turning the paper more than I'm turning my scissor hand. Because when you turn your scissor hand, you kind of tend to then start getting turned around yourself. But if you turn the paper in your opposite hand, it makes it easier to cut. Okay? Cut this guy out. Notice how I'm turning the paper more than I'm turning my scissors. And when you get to a hard spot like that, turn the paper, cut out around it, turn the paper, and then come at it from 2 directions instead of trying to get your scissors. Like I see a lot of you do this. You come to a spot like this, and you try to turn your scissors and come out this way. If that's hard for you, turn the paper the other way and come at that little point from the other direction. Okay? Got my clouds cut out. I get my mug cut out. And my boat. Notice how I'm cutting out around the biggest shapes of the boat first. And then I'm going to go in there and cut out in those little shapes, little detail sections. All right. Now let's put it together. You have another piece of paper. I'm going to put this paper vertically or portrait-wise this way. Get my glue. The first thing I want to glue on here is my cup. I'm going to glue that at the bottom of the paper, okay? Because a cup, it's like it's sitting on a table, right? You got a cup on a table, and our boat, we're going to glue. Now, a boat needs water, usually. For a surrealist, it might not need water, but we're going to put our boat in the cup, in the water, like it's in the mug, floating, instead of in the ocean. All right? And then, for our sky area, we have our clouds. That look like the sky. Let's see where I'm going to put that. Put that there. And one fish. And you might think to yourself, Mrs. Timothy, this is silly. But this would be something called surrealism, because you have your shapes in ways that don't make sense in nature, but they're real shapes. And maybe they make sense to you. Maybe they could just be fun. They don't have to make sense. But this is a very simple surrealist introduction into this kind of artwork. So I want you to try that. You can, of course, add to it. And I have a couple things to tell you. First, Monsignor Kaufman's birthday is on Friday. Try to send him something, an email, a card. He would love to hear from you. You know that. He loves us. And if you need help getting him something, perhaps you can email it to me. I could print it out and just drop off a package at the rectory on Friday. For you first graders in Mrs. Onimus's class, her birthday is on Saturday. So try to email her a happy birthday, okay? And I have one more thing to show you. I'm going to take this. Thank you, William. For those of you that are curious about the bathroom that I'm working on, the little powder room that I'm putting a mural in, here's my powder room. I got it all drawn on, okay? You can't really tell everything yet, but under here, under the sink area, I've started to paint. You can see my lily pads. I hope you can see the koi fish in there, like a little pond. That is under the sink. All right? All right. Bye, St. Pius. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.